Okay, so once again, a very good afternoon to all of you present here online, and welcome back to the semester, as well as welcome to this unit, CVE30003, Transport Engineering. All right, so just before I start, can I just check that you all can view the unit outline that I've projected on the screen? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for your response. Yep, good. That's good. All right. So basically today, what we'll be doing is to go through the unit outline. I'm not going to give you any lecture for today. We'll start that on Thursday this week. Okay. But we'll go through the unit outline and see what is expected from you and what you can get to know in this unit. Yeah. All right. So this unit is CVE 30003, Transport Engineering. And this unit will be taught by a few staff, or rather a few of us. Myself, I'm Elizabeth, and I'll be your unit convener for this unit, as well as the teaching staff for this unit as well. Okay, so I'll be conducting all the lectures for this semester, and as well as the tutorials, but not all tutorials. I'll talk about the teaching arrangement a little bit more later. All right. I'll also introduce you to the team later. Okay, so I'll go through the unit outline first. If there is any question along the way, please feel free to post it in the chat, or you can just switch on your mic and speak into it. Yeah, I'll check the chat from time to time. Okay, I hope you all can hear me loud and clear, and as well as for those of you who are international students, I hope you can understand what I'm saying, and that the accent is not bothering you. Okay, good, great. Thank you. All right, so then let's move on. Okay, so this unit, if you have come into this unit, you should have already passed CV 20005 Road Engineering, either last semester or should be the last semester. Yeah, the previous semester last year. Okay, so I trust that all of you has passed this, and we'll pick up some of the things from road engineering and try and use it in this class as well. Yeah, all right. So this is one semester and total contact hours is 66. We'll talk a bit more about this in a while. And credit point as usual, one unit is 12.5 credit points, and mode of delivery is actually online and face-to-face. I think I forgot to update this. All right, let me update and I'll post it back to post the updated one later to Canvas. Okay, my apology on this, overlooked. Okay, then just a very quick view of your assessment. You have continuous assessment, 80%, and post-unit or end of semester test, 20%. Okay, and to pass this unit, it is very simple. You just need to achieve overall mark of more than 50%, 50% or more. Okay, so we have not reintroduced back any hurdle requirement this semester, which means unlike previously, we had some hurdle requirements where you need to get at least 40% in your final exam. So we have not reintroduced that yet at the moment, because we are still very aware of this pandemic situation at the moment. We cannot have a very large gathering. We can't have exams for now. All right. We may look into introducing that in future semesters to come. But for now, we are good with just getting 50% or more. Okay. So please aim higher than this. All right. So this unit, transport engineering, what it will entail is to help or is to develop an understanding of road transport system elements. Okay, and when we talk about road transport system, we are talking about land transportation, in particular for road only, and for different user group. I think you probably have been exposed to the user group in your road engineering. Yeah, but just to recap a bit, road system would cover not just vehicles, heavy vehicles, but as well as those who are more vulnerable, such as pedestrians. Yeah, so we'll have one topic on designing for pedestrians. All right, and then we also aim to understand planning process and integration of modes. Um, Basically is to look at it in a bigger picture, not just very specific. So if you look at transport overall, you have to look at it from a big picture point of view. So the planning process here is then big picture plan of view. Okay, so we are not just zooming into one or two intersection, but we are looking at it as a whole. Let's say Kuching area as a whole, or any cities or any certain area as a whole. All right. So the planning process will come in that sense. Okay. Apply traffic flow theories in assessing the performance of routes and intersections. So this one will zoom in at intersection level, at a minor level, at a minute level. Okay, so we'll assess intersection. You'll learn how to assess the intersection. What's the performance of intersection? I think most of us, if not all, are drivers, licensed drivers. And so if you are drivers, I'm pretty sure you have encountered traffic congestion somewhere, sometimes. You could be happy sitting inside it, maybe, or you could be very frustrated with the traffic congestion. Yeah, it's different from person to person. Okay, so as part of the syllabus and as well as part of future traffic engineers, you will need to know how to assess these intersections. All right. And we'll also look into using guidelines to design the intersection. So one part is to assess the intersection and the other part is to design the intersection. So this designing is actually in terms of the geometry. I'm pretty sure you have learned about road geometry design in your previous unit. And therefore, in this unit, we will be not designing roads, but we'll be designing intersection. Okay. And one of the topic, a last part of the unit, will look at real geometric layout. Okay, so that is in a very broad sense, the aim of this unit. Now, in terms of moving on, in terms of the learning outcome, unit learning outcome, what this means is that what we hope you will be able to do after going through this unit for one semester. All right. So students who successfully complete this unit should be able to, and if you want to know, most of your assessments, not most, all of your assessments are actually tied to these learning outcomes. All right, so certain assessment will help you to achieve some of these learning outcomes. All right, so first one, you will see that you should be able to describe the four-step transport planning process. This four-step transport planning is part of a transport planning process, okay? The data requirements and how we collect those data so that this data will then feed into the planning process. We cannot plan without any good solid data. So you definitely need some kind of data to fit into your planning process. Okay, so the first learning outcome is in terms of transport planning, using 4 steps transport planning and how we use data in this transport planning. Okay, and this is aligned to K3. This is your competencies that we expect from you and aligned to EAC PO1. Okay. And number 2, analyze and assess the performance of routes and intersections through an understanding of traffic flow theories and use of hand calculations and relevant software. And we will be having few weeks of the entire semester. We'll have a couple of weeks spent on learning how to assess intersections, how to check if the intersection is performing good or congested. Okay, and we have different types of intersection. I'm sure if you go around your respective cities, wherever you are, I think most of you are in Kuching, but there are some who are online, so you are probably back in your home country. Just look around you, you will see you have different types of intersections. Some could be signalized, you have traffic lights. Some you have roundabouts. Some you have roundabouts with traffic lights. Some you have intersections, just intersections, but no traffic lights. Okay, so there are various forms of intersection, and we will look into those one by one. Okay, and then once we have looked into that, I hope you can analyze and assess the performance using hand calculation, one part, and we will also learn how to use software to analyze those intersections. All right, and actually it is very, very good because the software that we use is Sidra software, something that the industry use very widely. So I think um, it's a added advantage for you, for all of you, to actually have your hands on this software. Okay. All right, then moving on, number 3, apply the principles and objectives of geometric design in the design of intersection using current guidelines, and then you generate a complete set of high standard plans and high quality reports as part of a team. All right, so number 3 is intersection design, but in terms of geometric design, not the capacity analysis. Okay, and for that, let me just inform you at this point. For this, I will use a lot of Austroad guidelines. So my suggestion is you can create an account with Austroads, and later on I'll tell you what are the guidelines that we use from Austroads. The account is free, so you can download most of the guidelines from Austroads for free as well. Then number 4, appreciate and consider all the needs of all road users. All road users here. So like I said just now, all road users means not just drivers. Very often when we think about traffic, it automatically comes to our mind are just cars, drivers. But in actual fact, we have a lot more of different types of users. You have pedestrian. At any one point, we are all pedestrians on the road as well. Other than that, we also have cyclists, as well as motorcyclists. Okay, heavy vehicles. So you have different road users here. So we need to think about them, particularly those who are vulnerable, such as pedestrians. Okay, their interaction and management of their movement in an efficient and safe manner, and identify the principles of road transport integration and sustainability. Okay, so the first 4 learning outcomes are very much related to road transportation, something road transportation, and very much related to planning, managing your traffic, traffic engineering, managing your traffic, how you integrate all these together. Okay, now learning outcome number 5 is a standalone independent one. Apply current guidelines in the design and construction. Apply current guidelines in the design and construction of heavy and light rail systems, and identify factors affecting system operation. So the 5th one, towards the end of the semester, we'll be looking at rail transport. Okay. Now, why we are also looking into rail transport partially is also because for Australia and for many countries as well, rail transport is actually very, very widely used, and it is very efficient in moving people in bulk. people or goods in bulk, a lot of very high volume at once. Okay, so we'll also look into rail transport a little bit. All right. Any questions so far? I don't see any question at the moment, so I'll just continue. All right, so then for this unit, it may contribute to the development of the following Swinburne graduate attributes in terms of communication skills through the projects, teamwork skills also through the projects, because all your assessment, except for quizzes and final assessment, it will be teamwork or group work. Okay, and you will also develop your own digital literacies, not just because there is a software for you to use. Digital literacies can come in many forms. Okay, one of it is the software, definitely, but apart from that, it's also searching for information, looking for reliable information online, using your skills using your Microsoft Office products, yeah, your Words, Excel, how you analyze data, and so on and so forth, right? Okay, so the content, I think I've mentioned bits and pieces here and there, but if you look at it, transport system planning process, objectives of performance measures of road transport system, transport integration, sustainability, traffic data collection and techniques, traffic control devices, and role of ITS, Intelligent Transport Systems, in traffic control and management. Yeah, so up until here, these 4 bits, these 4 points, these are basically transport planning, transport management. Okay, how you manage the traffic, how you include sustainability into transport management, how we can make use of technologies to improve day-to-day travel. All right, and then for this one, traffic flow theories and performance assessment of routes and intersections, including roundabout, signalized, and sign control. Okay, so this one would be these 2 points, these two. This would be on intersection analysis and design. Okay, so there are 2 parts, analysis and design. All right, then we will look into pedestrian transport, short topic on that, and we'll spend a couple of weeks as well on rail system. All right, so basically that's the skeleton. So if you were to look into this unit overall, I would say you can divide that into roughly about 4 parts. First part, we'll look into traffic management, transport planning, and traffic management. Then we'll look at intersection design, okay, which is basically quite related to transport planning. All right, and then we'll look at pedestrian transport, and we'll look at rail systems. Okay, so 4 major topic. Okay, then the key program outcomes, which are your Swinburne competencies, Swinburne engineering competencies for this unit. So you notice that earlier on, I just go back a bit. You notice earlier on from the learning outcomes, we have all this mapped to each of the learning outcomes. Okay, so if you want to know more what are all this, you refer to this, the Swinburne engineering competencies, SECs. All right, so what we want you to develop after this unit, from this unit, is that you have basic science, you will be proficient in using maths and IT as tools, and this unit is very discipline specific. Okay, it uses engineering methods in the solution. We will look at problem solving, how you solve the problem systematically. Okay, problem solving here, I emphasize on the word systematically, because we will have steps that we can follow from, if you need this, what do you need to get in order for you to come to that final solution. All right, so systematically. Okay, we will be designing intersections, and we'll be working in team. Okay, so these are the things that you will be attaining throughout this unit. And in terms of EAC program outcomes, now what's the difference between this program outcome and the competencies? This one is also program outcomes. Now, engineering competencies actually comes from Engineers Australia. And because we are situated in Malaysia, our program is also has to go through accreditation from Board of Engineers Malaysia, BEM. And therefore, BEM has their own set of program outcomes which they want you to develop. Okay, so this unit will contribute to 2 of the program outcomes. There are a total of 12. So throughout your 4 years of studies, you will have picked up or developed 1 or 2 in each unit. Yeah, so this unit will contribute to this program outcomes, engineering knowledge, as well as problem analysis. All right. Okay, so then let's look at the unit in more detail. Now, first off, we have done some improvement to this unit based on the feedback that we received from your seniors, actually, from past students, yeah, from the student survey. You know, remember every end of semester we have lecturers or announcements asking you to fill in the survey again and again. Yeah, so basically those surveys are used and we do read them, and we will improve based on your comments. And as a result for this unit, the improvements that we have done, we have added online quizzes to review the understanding of each topic, because previously students said that I think 1 or 2 tests too much. So they would rather break it into different parts over the course of the semester. Yeah. Then assignment deadlines have been staggered to enable students sufficient time to complete the assessments. And on top of that, I've also given you weekly guide included in the assignments to help the student with timely submission. Okay, so this guide, the weekly guide, I've included it in all the assignments. Hopefully, if you follow the weekly guide, you should be able to complete it in timely manner. And tutorial solutions are made available through video recordings. I don't provide the tutorial solutions directly to you, but for the online classes, online tutorials, we will take recordings of that, and the solutions are all in that video. Okay, so you can look through the recordings. All right, so these are some changes that we've made for this semester. Okay, then teaching staff, like I said, myself, I'm Elizabeth, and I'm the unit convener as well as the lecturer and your tutor. My office is in E317, opposite the faculty office, and my email, echong, okay, at swinburne.edu.my. All right, consultation times by prior arrangement. Yeah. So if you need consultation time, by prior arrangement. All right. And then we have Miss Bongjit Boon, my teaching assistant, as well as Miss Rama Makwata, also my teaching assistant. Okay, Miss Bongjit Boon is local Malaysian, and Miss Rama is from Tanzania. So she will be helping. Miss Bong will be helping me quite a lot for this unit, and Miss Rama will be helping me on a few tutorials for this unit. Okay, I'll brief you on the arrangement in a while. All right, so their email addresses are given on the unit outline as well. Okay, so learning activities. I'll come to that. Now, week by week schedule, if you look at this, the first week, we are here, just introduction. Then Thursday, I'll start with the lecture. Okay, Thursday, I'll start with the lecture. This week, we don't have tutorial, but your task is to do group formation. Okay, I open up the group formation link just now. I think quite a number of you have submitted your grouping, which is good. And then week 2, so week 1, transport system planning. Week 2, traffic data collection, presentation of results. Week 3, introduction to traffic engineering management, integration and sustainability. So week 1 to week 3, we will look at what's that? We will look at transport planning and management. Okay, just now I said there are four main topics. So week 1 to week 3 will cover the first main topic, which is transport planning, traffic management. All right, then I will try to release your assignment by next week during the first lecture, and hopefully I can brief you on this. Okay, but we'll see. If I don't not in time, then I'll swap it with the lecture for a bit. Okay, but typically my planning for this unit is that the Tuesday lecture, which is the 1 hour like now, we'll use it for assignment briefing, not planning, assignment briefing. Okay, and I'll bring you through each week what are the tasks to be done and discuss with you a bit more on the assignment. All right, particularly assignment 1. I think it's quite a big, quite a lot of things in assignment 1, and it's quite long. So we'll go through it bit by bit. Okay. And then okay, now week 4 onwards, week 4 to week 4, lecture 2, at grade intersections, introduction and traffic control devices, unsignalized intersection. Week 5, week 6 at grade for roundabouts, and week 7 at grade but signalized. Okay, so if you look at this 4 weeks, week 4, 5, 6, 7, we'll be learning about intersections, and we will be learning how to control traffic with just using, for this week introduction, is just using signs, traffic sign, as well as traffic marking, pavement markings. Okay, so how we manage traffic by using just those tools. And then week 5, we'll look at unsignalized intersection. So this will be how we analyze unsignalized intersection. Unsignalized mean this is not traffic light, something like a T junction, for example. Okay, and then week 6, we'll look at roundabouts. Week 7, we'll look at signalized intersection. Okay, so 4 weeks we will spend on the second main topic, which is intersection. And then, as you can see, assignment briefing. So specific tasks here, we'll just go through the tasks recommended for that week. Okay, and then, all right. So week 4, you will have 1 quiz, which is worth 2%. Okay, and all the quizzes are available from Thursday to Sunday. Okay, Thursday to Sunday. All right. Now I know that assignment 1 is quite long. I release it in week 2, and submission is around week 8. So in week 6, I'm putting a compulsory assignment consultation to catch up on your progress, as well as to know what are the difficulties that you are facing. Okay, so I make it compulsory that every group to meet me around week 6. Okay, but in the meantime, along the way, or even after this, if you do need more specific consultation for your group, specific questions, perhaps you can always email me for an appointment, and I'll let you know when to meet. Okay. Then week 7, we have online quiz 2. Week 8, assignment 1 is due. And we have Sidra Labs beginning week 8. Okay, so this is on top of your tutorial. Tutorial will still be ongoing. And once you submit your assignment 1, that week I'll also release assignment 2. And we'll also have quiz 3. So week 8 is quite hectic, I would say. So week 8, we will look into design of pedestrians and provision for people with disability. Okay, so this will be the third main topic. And then week 9 is a bit of holiday, as you can see. Monday, 2nd May is holiday. 3rd and 4th May is Idul Fitri. So Monday to Wednesday, yeah, quite a bit of holidays here. So we'll have to rethink. Definitely no lecture on this one. But for tutorial, we'll have to rethink a bit about the arrangement. I'll announce that as the time draws closer. Okay, so Sidran Lab runs for 3 weeks, but with this being holiday, I think we can just make use of 2, because typically for 3 weeks, the planning usually is the first 2 weeks you learn on Sidra, and the 3rd week is used for your assignment. Okay, you can make use of the time to do your assignment. Why is there no class here? I think I forgot to delete this as well. I'll update this. Sorry for that mistake. Okay, and the last final couple of weeks, lecture week 9, rail system introduction, rail system geometric design, and rail system operation of rail. Okay, so the last 3 weeks we'll spend on rail systems. All right, so assignment 3 is released in week 10. So you see assignment 2 just now is in week 8. Then week 10, assignment 2 due, assignment 3 released. And then week 12, assignment 3 due, and assignment 4 is released with 1 week plus about 10 days time for you to complete and to submit during tuition week. Okay, then you have quizzes, the 5th one, the last one, on rail systems. All right, so that will be, that will be the whole semester, and we'll have 1 online test during the final assessment week. I cannot confirm the time. Okay, there's a question here, no final exam for this unit. Yeah, no final exam for this unit, but we'll only have online test for this unit, okay? This online test is worth 20%, all right? And okay, there's another question. Are there 4 assignments continuous 1? Yes, you are right. There are 4 assignments. In fact, let me just bring you here. I think this will be clearer. Okay, so assignment 1, which is released in week 2. This is on transport planning and traffic engineering related to learning outcome 1 to 4. And the assessment is due in week 8. Okay, and you have assignment 2, which is also traffic engineering, but what's that? This is something to do with Sidra. Okay, so you have already analyzed most of the things here in assignment 1 manually. You can use Excel, you can use your calculator, but not using Sidra software. All right. Then in assignment 2, that same intersection, you will use software to analyze and to do discussions. All right. So this 1 and 2, I would say, is related. The assignments are related. Okay, so given 2 weeks for assignment 2, due in week 10, 15%. Assignment 1 is 30%. And assignment 3 and 4, these are rail system, related to rail system. Assignment 3 is a research assignment, worth 10%, due in week 12, about Wednesday. The rest are all Fridays. Okay, the first 2 are Fridays. Okay, so this one is Wednesday. And assignment 4 is on rail system, but short questions, worth 15%. Tuition week, submission is tuition week. All right. Then online quizzes, you have 5 various weeks. and one end of semester online test, 20%, during the final assessment week. That clear to you? Is there any presentation for the assignment? No, there's no presentation for the assignment. Okay, so it's report. This actually all 1, 2, 3, 4. These are all report. Okay. Heaviest would be the first assignment. Yeah. All right. Any other questions related to assignment? So far I don't see any, so I'll just move on. If there are any questions, please just drop it into the chat. Okay. All right. So then, minimum requirement to pass, like I said, student must achieve an aggregate mark of 50% or more. Yeah? So if you can do well with all the assessments, I think you should be able to pass the unit. Okay, so there's no exam. All right, there's another question. Do we have to use Civil 3D for the assignments? Okay, do you have to use Civil 3D specifically? Not necessary, but you can do so because in assignment 2, let me just go back. Sorry, assignment 1. In assignment 1, one of the things that you'll be doing is to do geometric design for your intersections. Okay. Now, whether you want to use Civil 3D or any other drafting software, I will leave that up to you. Okay. If you have learned Civil 3D before and you are comfortable with that, go ahead. But if you are comfortable with, say, AutoCAD, then just use AutoCAD. Go ahead. Okay. I'm not here to assess you on your skills of using AutoCAD, but what I want at the end of the day is to look at your drawing. If your drawing is your drawing up to professional standard? Do you have all the elements in your drawing? That is more important. Okay. I hope that answers you, Chun Ping. Okay, good, clear. Okay, so submission requirement, assignment generally submitted online through Canvas. And I've integrated some of the assignments with Turnitin. So do check, and I've also made Turnitin available for you to check your own work as well. Okay, and please do ensure you keep a copy of your assessments that you submit. Yeah. Okay, in cases where hard copy, I think I will not make any hard copy submission this semester, but everything to be submitted through Canvas. All right. Okay, extension, late submissions, unless you have an extension that has been approved, late submission will result in a penalty. Okay, and what's the penalty? Penalize 10% of your mark for each working day the task is late, and up to a maximum of 5 days. So after 5 days, if you don't submit anything, I have the right to give you 0 for that. Okay, unless you have prior permission from myself. Okay, and for referencing, do use Swinburne Harvard style if you do have any references. Okay, and group work. Okay, please make sure that you sign your work. All of the members sign your work. Okay. And recommended reading materials. Yeah, online, you can check our online databases and ebooks. But what I want to highlight more is this. Reading materials. Okay, or rather the guidelines that we'll be using most are from Ostro's Guide to Traffic Management. There are 13 parts in total. We'll use some of the parts, definitely, but you can access all these 13 parts from Osrod's website. Yeah? So you just need to register an account with them for free using what's that email address, and you can set your password, and then you should be able to access to this. Okay. Yeah, Osrod guide to road design. We may need this. Okay. And you may also need these two, Australian standard 1742 manual of uniform traffic control devices, as well as 1428 design for access and mobility. Okay, so this AS, you can get it from our Swinburne database. All right. So yeah, so that's part B, and the rest I think you can read it pretty standard for most of the units. Okay, any question up to this point? Okay, I think there's one. What other apps are we using other than Sidra? In terms of software, we are using Sidra for analysis of intersection, and there will be for assignment 1, we will be using CAD-based software for you to do drafting, for you to draw the intersections. Apart from that, I think the rest would be the usual suspect, your Microsoft Office products, okay, your Excel, your Words, and so on. But I think those are the few that we use. All right. Okay, if there is no further question, let me just go through the Canvas announcement with you for a bit. Let me just check which page is this. Yeah, okay, this one. Right. So if you go into this unit's Canvas, you may not see all of this. Okay. Yeah, so the teaching team consists of myself, Miss Bong, and Miss Rama. Okay, so you'll be seeing them what's that, from time to time. All right. And okay, so the unit, the modules, I think at the moment you can only see week 1. I've only switched on these two, week 1 activities and online class. Now, generally, hang on a minute, the lecture slides will be made available here under week 1 introduction. So you can read through a bit. What is this week's, what are we doing this week? Okay, then you can get the lecture slide from here. And sorry, mine is a bit slow here. Okay, and what you're expected to do under the activities. All right, so this week, group formation, no tutorial. If you have other weeks, it may look something like this. You won't be able to see this yet. Okay. Tutorial and assessment. What are your tasks for that week? Okay. So if you follow this task, then I think you should be able to submit your assignment on time. All right. And then, yeah, so live online classes, I've given you the links here for every week. Okay. And all the recording, I'll make it available under review and feedback. Okay, so that's the arrangement that I have for this semester. All right, and from time to time, you will see assignment 1 info only, not the submission link. So the submission link will appear in week 8. Okay, so this one is for submission link. All right, so it will appear from time to time. Okay. All right, then. Okay, I posted an announcement. I hope you have read through this announcement. Okay, quite a lot of things there. lecture slides, typically I'll make it available the week prior, except for this week, because I've not really finalized that yet. But I hope to give it to you by tomorrow. Okay. Now the class arrangement, lecture, I'll do that myself. Okay. But tutorials is a bit more complicated. And if you look from here, I think you may see that it's a bit more complicated. Now, week 2 to week 5, I'll do the tutorial. These are related, the tutorial week 2 to week 5, these are related to transport planning and traffic management. Okay, week 6 to week 8, these are intersection analysis. Unsignalized, roundabout, signalized, these are intersection analysis. So I've tasked Miss Bong to conduct all the tutorials for week 6 to week 8. Okay, so you will not see me for tutorials. You will not see me during week 6 to week 8. Okay, and I'll take back again week 9, but only for face-to-face classes. The online class, Ms. Rahma will help me to conduct for week 9 to week 12. Okay, I hope that is clear to you. All right, and for computer labs, Sidra, Ms. Bong will help me to conduct all the computer labs. Okay, so fair and square. All right. Let me see. Now, for those of you who are attending the face-to-face tutorials, please stick to your own tutorial group because each room has a maximum capacity. Okay, so we don't want to exceed the number for each room so that we can still practice social distancing, yeah, physical distancing. All right. Now, another thing is discussion on Canvas. So if you look through discussion, just give it a second. Yeah. Okay, I think you will be seeing this. Let me see. Yeah, I think you will be seeing this. Yeah, if you have any question, you can also post it here so that others can also see your question, particularly for assignments. You may have question, your friend may have question, and chances are some of these questions are the same. So I don't want to repeat myself again and again. So if you have question, post it here. If you know the answer, please help to answer as well. If you don't, it's okay. I will come in and check in from time to time. Okay. You can still email it to me. Any question that you have, I may post it to this discussion board as well. Okay. All right. Assignment grouping 3 to 4 members, and I can see that quite a number of you have submitted your groups. Now, if you have if you have 4 members or 3 or 4 members, I will not disrupt your group further. Okay. But if you have incomplete ones, something like this, if you have incomplete 2 members only, then at the end of week 2, if I still see incomplete group members like this, then I will have the right to help you guys to form the group. Okay, I may just randomly either put somebody in your group or take you out and put you somewhere else. All right. Okay, so but do feel free to talk to me if you have issues forming a group. Okay, but I won't be able to do much this week because I'm still waiting for you guys to fill up your names. Okay. And then anything else important? Okay, attendance for face-to-face classes, I will take the attendance for monitoring purpose because we have to report the attendance for monitoring purpose. All right. Online classes, I think the attendance, I can download it from Teams later. Quizzes, it's online quiz, so there will be no replacement. When the quiz is made available, I think there will be an announcement on that, and that's it. Okay, so please don't miss it. Otherwise, I will not open the quiz for you anymore. All right. Email reply. Now, I typically reply your email within 24 hours, except weekends, of course, or public holidays. Working hours, working hours, I'll reply it within 24 working hours. Okay, but if you do happen to see that I've not replied your email or your messages after 2 to 3 days, please just prompt me again. Just send me another one. Because I have had cases where students' email goes into my junk mail, and I did not realize that after very long. Okay, or sometimes they ask me, have you seen my email? I said no. Then when I check, it's in my junk mail. Okay, and usually if your email goes into my junk mail, that same student will keep having the email going into my junk mail. I don't know why. This is the system glitch, I think. Okay, and please send it only to my email. Don't use the Canvas inbox here, because it doesn't have a notification and I don't check it regularly. So it may come in here, it could sit for a couple of days and I don't realize it. Okay, so please just send it to my email. All right. Okay, I think that's all I have for today. Any question? Anything you want to know? I look forward to seeing most of you on campus through the face-to-face classes. But for those online, doing tutorial online, I would also like to see you. So I hope that you can, during the tutorial, I hope that you can switch on your camera for a while so that I can see who you are. Otherwise, it's all just names. Even after 2 years, I still find it very strange talking to a laptop with just names. All right, so I hope to really see you. Okay. Yeah. Abdul Hamid is asking anyone who does not have a group member yet or need a group member. I think he's looking for one. So if you do, please contact each other. Okay, any more questions? All right, so if not, I think that's all for today, and I will update the unit outline a bit and repost it up. And I will make the lecture notes available by tomorrow. Okay, so for this week, my apology is a bit slow in coming. Okay, so with that, I will stop the recording, as well as I'll see you on Thursday then. Take care, you all. Bye-bye.